Hello everyone and welcome to another CRPL stream. Now first let me check that the stream is working. And then I shall share the link and then I will get to it. Oh yeah, I can hear the music in the background. Great. So next, where do I get the... Okay, let me check the... Oh, I can just do the link like this. Oh, that's nice. But I prefer the... How do you call it? The video ID like this. Okay, so let's go into here. And let's spam the Discord because everyone likes spamming the Discord. Oh, I don't write start, I just write Creeper World 3. Okay, here we go. Okay, so if people want to start watching, they know what's coming up. So here is the map from before. Now I believe I have some code ready that computes where the unit is moving, which will become very important. So let me catch up when I left last time. If I select this, oh, it's the mortar that's getting selected. Okay, I don't want that. If I move this, yes, the mortar will just be created underneath. Well, so let's start by making one gateway, and then try to detect if the unit is going, for example, from here into here, and if so, redirect it to go through the gateway. Okay, so unpause this. Now, in order to do that, I will need some images. Shouldn't that be a rift? Oh, but rift would like instantly teleport the unit, right? Oh, he did it in Keeper World 2. Oh, yeah, the rift from Keeper World 2, yes. Well, this would work a little bit differently, but changing that shouldn't be that much problem. Oh, did I wrote think instead of thinking? Oh my, it's up for a great start anyway. Also, I have no way of checking the live chat, so feels bad. If you want to type something in the live chat, I might fix it later. But for now, let's get going. So first, let's hang on, where is ink space here? Let's start by some images. I think some basic graphics like a tunnel with a border and a circle at the end should work for start. So let's see, document properties. Let's do oh, I need pixels. Let's go to 5.6 because why not? And let's make it really simple. Just create an image. What is going on? Oh, I did wrong. Hang on, I didn't set the height properly. Okay, so this is without borders, good. So let's go 8.8, 420, 420. So this is the size of the circle without the border, and Yeah, let's save that as just white circle. So save as I want Creeper World 3, let's name it Gateway. And this will be circle full. 225, so I know how big the image is. Okay, so then we export it into the same folder with the same name. Circle full 225. Oh, I don't want .svg, I want .png. Export, and then let's take the same circle and then just set stroke to it. Let's say 16 pixels so it's visible, and then again let's do white color so I can choose the color in CRPL with the color attribute on the image. And let's save as here as circle border. Save, and then as well here. Oh, I want the page exported, so I might check the circle border 256. Yes, page export. Save this one, and let's open the full image and check the export, because I think that I exported. Oh, it looks like I exported the page, so let's export again just to make sure. Okay, save. Oh, someone is typing. Oh yeah, it's just this. So let's import the images. Where is it? Here, custom images. Here, sure, why not? Let's go. Where is it? Here, images, Creeper World 3, Gateway, and let's do the full first. And let's do the, how do you call it, the other one as well. Yeah, the border. Okay, so that's the image is done. Now how will it look? For now I'm thinking, if there's a gateway from here to here, do I want only one core? Or do I want two cores, one at each end? That's a good question. I guess two cores, one at each end, but well, only one core should be responsible for drawing the gateway, so the other core will be just there, just so you know where the end will be. So I think the other core will have even a different script. Like one will have the actual gateway and the other will be like gateway endpoint, just so you can place the core somewhere to know where the other end of the gateway will be. I guess that will be fine. So let's try this out with these two cores at first. But first let's oh yeah, these are from when I tried to make a rift. Well, I abandoned it after last episode. It was a shame. I mean, all that I would need to make it work is if you could disarm the guppy so that it doesn't give the packages away, and I could make the rift, but it's impossible, so it feels bad. But no worries, because this will be fun as well. Okay, so let's go. One will be just called gateway. Now this will be the main script, and the other one will be named gateway point, for example, without the space, just to be sure, or even endpoint. Well, now it looks like there's one gateway scripts and two endpoints for the gateway, and the gateway should be like in the middle of the gateway, but no, gateway will just be one of the scripts and the endpoint will be the other. Now the gateway should be completely symmetrical, so it shouldn't matter if this is the gateway and this is the endpoint or the other way around. But maybe I will do like a one-way gateway as well if I have the time, so in that way it will matter. So let's click edit and let's get to it. Edit and oh, I definitely don't want this. Okay, what is this? Yes, it's from my tutorial series, so I can get rid of this as well. And this is from the tutorial as well. But I can copy paste this at the very least. So let's start with this. If I think about it, do I want the gateway to take map space? Probably yes. So maybe not this one. But yes, this I want to definitely keep because I don't want it to be destroyable and so on. And as for the image, good question. I guess I want a portal at each one of them and then a tunnel. I guess the portal can be rendered by the course separately, and then the tunnel will be rendered by the main script, this one. So for that I need one more thing, and that is a white square. Custom images, do I have one? No, so let me just get one here. Now I'm starting with the images and how it will look, because it's the simple stuff, relatively speaking, and I want to just chill out before I get to the complicated part, because it will be complicated a lot. Now somewhere here I have a rectangle full, but that's 256. I want just square full 64, yes. Great. So let's start by putting the image names here. Square image will be just custom 0, or if I could actually type. And then circle full image will be custom. Uh, 0256, if I'm correct. Let's see. Close custom images. Yes, 0_256. And then circle border as well. Okay, no chats. So custom 1. And let's get to the rendering. Now maybe I changed my mind, because you need it, because I want the portal to be like an oval, so maybe I will move the course to make it more visible, that it's like at an angle. So I want the portal to look like an oval in this way, so the image will have to be scaled and rotated at the same time, so it will be rather interesting. And I think I will just do all the images from here. So I will just even the circle at the endpoint will be in this core as well. So for that, let's actually do this as well, because I will not use the main image slot. I will just use a different image slot for convenience. So that will be set images, and let's start. First, let's start by simply making the main portal, how do you call it, like way, by creating a big rectangle. Now let's actually start by finding the endpoint. That will be the that will be the first thing that we need to do. And in order to do that, I will need an attribute here called gateway ID. Now this will be set. Okay, let's name it like this. This will be a number that will be unique to the pair. And there always needs to be one gateway with this set and one gateway endpoint. And the reason why I'm using a different, how do you call it, name for this is that I can just use get scripts with var. I can put this as the name and this as the value, and then it will link it so easily. So that will be a good thing. So let's do that. So first let's do the variable name, which is gateway endpoint ID. Then do the value, which is gateway ID, and then get course with var, I believe is the script, and then 0 do loop. And here let's go I mean -1 into endpoint. Let's just name it endpoint, why not? And then just save. If it finds more than one, then the last one will be the real one, and the other ones will be ignored. But it's fine because it's the fault of the map maker if they make more than one of the endpoints with the same ID. Now, if the endpoint is -1 at this point, then what to do? Let's just do let's just print something here. Error endpoint not found, and the ID as well, so that we know what's going on. Trace to, and I guess return. But doesn't really matter because this should never happen. So just a message that you know something is wrong. I mean, if the let's actually show the trace log, just so you know that something went wrong, and you can see the message. But again, as I said, this shouldn't happen. Now, in order to set the images, we must compute several things. This will get interesting. Well, let's start by just setting the images and not thinking about how the units will be navigating. This will make things easier for us now, but harder later. And I like the easier now part, so that's why I'm doing it like this. Well, first I need to So first I need to get the coordinates of the endpoint, and more importantly the coordinates relative to the current gateway, because that's how the image will be set. But let's just start by start by just getting the coordinates into variables, so I don't need to call getUnit attribute all the time. Into endpoint x and y into endpoint y. Okay, so that's one thing, and then let's do current x, current y, and then endpoint x, endpoint y. We will use this to compute the distance by just calling the distance function. It will be in a variable named distance, and then I also want to multiply it by 8 and save it into pixel distance. Because remember, the pixels coordinates are 8 times larger, and the image's positions are set in pixel coordinates. Now I also need to set the scale, which is, if it's the same as in particle fleet, it is actually 3 times less than the cells, so it will be 24 times less than the pixels, but more on that later. So here we have the pixel distance. Now we also need to find the angle, which will be, okay, I need to think about this. I need the angle to be pointing from the gateway to the endpoint. Yes. So the gateway needs to be at 0 and the endpoint needs to be at somewhere else. So I need to subtract the position current from the endpoint. So first I should do endpoint y and then current y subtract, then the same for x. And by the way, if you don't know why this works, then I will make a video on 2D geometry and how to use these functions in the future sometimes. Sometime I mean. But for now, let's just keep going. So this will be in the variable named angle. So that's pretty simple. And now let's we are ready to set the images. So first let's start by setting the circle on the gateway itself. So it will be called circle 1. No, it will be actually called fill 1 because we want two circles, one for the fill and one for the other thing. So it will be just called fill 1. And the image will be, or I guess I can name it, hang on, I mean, how is the file named? I always don't know if I should name it fill or full. I guess full would be better name. Okay, so let's name it, I guess, file. Is it pronounced? I don't know. So let's put it this, set image. Now what to set as the color? Good question. Let's start with yellow for now, which is full 255 into red, 255 into green, and 0 into blue. So this is to change the color easily. So we have the image, then on the same image we need to set the color, which is like this. Oh, let's also, well, the transparency will be different for the different parts of the image, so let's actually not set the transparency here. Now for the fill, oh, I am calling it fill after all, so let's just name it like this. For the fill I want, let's say, half transparency, so let's just copy these values, red, green, oh, if I could type only, blue, and then half transparency, set image color, and then let's copy paste it a little bit and do the same for border, except of course here it will be the border image and it will be full visibility. Now I also want to set the angle. Now I want the... Yeah, I guess I can set the angle just like this. So angle set image rotation. However, in that case, okay, let me actually show you. Let's say this is the gateway and this is the endpoint. Now the angle is pointing this way, right? From here to here. So if the portal should be like this, then it should be squished on the x coordinates and scratched on the y coordinate. Right, so how to do it? Well, let's say that the x width should be just 1 and the y should be 4, let's say. So let's try that. Set image scale. Cool, and let's do the same here. Now one last important thing is that the border needs to be on top of the fill. Well, that's actually not that important, because the fill is half transparent and the transparency is the same color as the border. So it shouldn't make that much of a difference, so I will not be setting up now anyway. But we definitely want it later. So let's close and see, and it doesn't work because I haven't added the script to it. So this will be the endpoint, and this will be the gateway. Okay, doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Set image. Yeah, I haven't renamed this. Okay, but this should work. Just 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, hang on, I have to go to the toilet. Be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, let's see. Oh, the images aren't working, right? Yes, I can see the mission time going, but nothing's happening. Hang on. Gateway add. Close. Endpoint. Maybe I didn't click the add button here. That's possible. Oh, something's happening. Oh yeah, I forgot. The y coordinates are, how do you call it, inverted between the cells and pixels. So if you convert from one another, you also need to negate the y coordinate. Now this, of course, you don't need to do it with pixels, because distance from here to here is the same as the distance from here to here. So with distance it doesn't matter, but here it does. So you can see it's pointing this way. Okay, maybe this is too large. Maybe I just need 3 scale instead of 4. Cool. Compile all and bam. So it looks alright. So let's continue going by actually setting the position properly this time. And the position will be 0, 0. And for the, how do you call it? I forgot. Yes, for the Y position, let's say that it should be on top of the units that are under the portal. So let's start at -100, or let's say at -50, and do -50 for the portal itself, and then -40 for the gateway, because the gateway should be rendered under the portal. You will see what I'm talking about after I add the gateway. So this will be -50, and then the border will be -51, because it should be on top of the fill. So this will be set image position. Yeah, and also let's save these two variables separately. Because we will be using them to set the how do you call it? We will be using these to set the same at the target position, basically. So let's just rename this and change the position to this. Oh, I should do Y first and then X when I'm using Arcus tangents too. So let's go. And this should work. So let's see. Why is the map moving down? I mean, someone who makes a lot of map in this must know, because I sure have no idea. Oh, and it doesn't work. Okay, what did we do wrong? We forgot to multiply by 8, yes. Yes, because these are cell coordinates. So it didn't matter when we computed the angle, because this angle is the same as this angle, right? It doesn't matter if the distance is 8 times shorter when we are computing angle. But if you are, how do you call it? You need a precise position, then yeah, it does matter. So let's, again, why is the map moving downwards? That's weird. Let's multiply it by 8 and bam. You can see that it's already taking shape. Now we need a line from here to here, as well from here to here, and something in the middle, and it should be fine. So this will be the first portal, this will be the second portal, and then we need the gateway itself in the middle. So how do we do that? Again, it will have a fill and two borders. And let me show you what I mean. So it will be just named gateway, and it will have the square image. Okay, it will have again just half transparent color. It will have again the same angle. Image scale will actually need to be recomputed as well as this, but I'm just copy pasting it so that I can now easily edit this. So angle is fine. Now the image scale, the X image scale needs to be different. It needs to be distance, which is, this is the cell distance. Like did I ever use pixel distance? No. So now is the good time to use it. So if you need to convert pixel distance into scale, you need to divide by 24. Why? Ask Virgil why he did it this way. I didn't choose this. I'm just doing it the way it will work. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the image position. So for that, we actually need to think a little, because again, here is the core. So the center of the image needs to be here, which is halfway there. So you need to do the computation. Wait, we actually have the offset, right? So we can just divide the offset by 2. Well, that will be easier. So let's just divide by 2.0 to make sure that it will work. Even if this is integer, it shouldn't be, because it's, oh, it actually is integer. Well, never mind that. Again, divide by 24.0 just to make sure. And that should be it. Again, let's go back up, skips compile. I definitely forgot something, but... Oh! Well, if you just imagine this being this large and this being this large, it would work, right? So what did I do wrong? Oh yes, I edited the scale in the wrong place. So also the position will be -40. But okay, I give up. Edit map, I'm moving these here because, oh, don't worry, this is just because it needs recompilation. See? Wow. Well, that actually looks pretty good. Well, no, it doesn't, but well, it's not that bad. I mean, apart from this part here being more visible than the rest, but hey, what can you do? Nothing is perfect, right? So let's move this here, and let's move these two out of the way. If the map keeps teleporting me back here, then I might as well work back here, right? So the last thing is we need some thick lines on the edges here. So let's do that. Or do I want to do that? It will be like so much trouble to get it to work. Or do I want to keep it like this? Also, if you can see it is going all the way here to the edge. So maybe I want a little bit smaller, like only 2.9, if it will look better. Well, it looks a little bit better. Okay, so let's leave it like this. Also, this portal looks like it's sick or something. So let's yeah, this looks way better. So what I want to do now, if I move this cannon here, I want it to change the course and go through the portal and then continue over here. So in order to do that, well, this is where it gets interesting. So first I will put the core here that will just mark this region as one region, and another core here that will mark this region as another region. So you will see exactly what I'm talking about shortly. So this will be called region create, and it will be rather simple. It will have the square image as well for debugging purposes, so that we can see the regions if we need to. And then what else? Yes, it will have the coordinates of the region. Now for now the region needs to be just a square, but I guess I can change it later so that the regions can be more complicated. For example, a collection of squares or something like that. That actually might not be that difficult. All you have to do is put like a region ID here and make sure that different regions have the same ID. And if you have like a more complicated shape, then you can put one region like this and another like this with the same ID, and it will form one non-square region or non-rectangle region, I guess. So for now, let's put only one function into it, which is called debug draw. Now what this will do is it will draw the image into these coordinates so that I can see better, perhaps. So maybe I want the regions to be green. So let's start. Self, let's call it debug. And then let's set the image. Now this will be useful both for, actually let's well, where I mean, I will need to debug a lot of things, so maybe I need to create a separate core called debug, which will have the debug variable, which then will be blah 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 blah. Well, this will be interesting for sure. But debugs. Oh, this is spelled wrong. I only noticed now because I'm copy pasting everything, so didn't notice it earlier. Oh, did I click? Square image, where is it else? Only here? Good. So this will be set image. Now for the scale and position, well, that will be rather interesting. So I can get the, well, these coordinates will be in cells, of course. And yeah, I'm thinking if the right position will be like including or excluding, and I'm thinking excluding because it will be simpler on many other occasions as well, maybe, who knows. Or let's do including instead. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then don't worry, I'm just mumbling to myself. No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so first let's yeah, I think I finally know how to do it. Oh, also it will really help if I go into the images and also set the image here, because it will not be blurry on the edges, which is what I want for this image. So let's see, capability, gateway. No, no. Can I just go up one? Oh, this file browser feels bad. No, I don't. Oh, I just misclicked away. Okay, so third time is the charm. Let's go into particle fleet, and here is square full 64. Yes. So I want the pixel perfect version for this one. So let's start by first computing. Yes. Current x, left x subtract, 8 multiply, and that will be x1. And then I just basically copy paste everything. So I do y, again I need to negate this on top of it because again I'm converting cell coordinates to pixel coordinates, which means you need to negate the y coordinate. And then the same for oh, this actually needs to be the other way around. So I need to do the right minus the current thing, and I need to name this, it should be y1, this should be y2. Now because this is including, I need to also subtract 1 from this one here. Oh, if I try to explain this, I will be here for an hour, so I'll just roll with it. And that should be it. So what I've if this is the core, then x and y1 is the pixel direction from here, but positive. So actually from here to here, and the other one is from here to here. So that's what I'm doing. So now setting the scale is not that hard. All I need to do is do self debug. I need to add these two and divide by 24 to set the scale, because again these are in pixels. So if I need to convert to image scale, I need to 0.0 divide, and the same for y. So just y1, y2, add divide, and then set image scale. Now I don't need to set the, how do you call it, rotation or anything like that, but I need to set the position. Now the position, again this is like one vector and another one. Now if this is larger, then the position should be here, so I should do this one minus this one. So it will be x2 minus x1 yeah, and it's already in pixels, so it's fine. And the same for y. And y position, I don't know, let's do minus, I mean z position, let's do minus 20, why not? Set image position, and that should be it. Oh yes, and color as well. So for color, let's do green for example, so red, green, blue, but let's set the blue color depending on the region. So different regions will be colored slightly differently. Let's do 16, which could give us like what, 8 different regions. Well, we will not have that many, so this should be fine. Set color, no, set image color, yes. And that should be it. So in a once block, just call this function and we should be cool. Now for this core here, I want it to be, oh, I see the coordinate in the bottom left. So maybe from here. So let me write it down so I don't forget, which is 77 and 191. If you don't see it, it's over here. Here. So that's what I wrote down. And on the top right, let's go here for example, and that will be 167 and 0. So this is the course, so let's go edit it. Oh, first let's compile. Right, now go into here and name it region. And let's change these parameters. So left x is 77, left y is 191, right x is 167, and right y is 0. Actually, because the coordinates of y are inverted, maybe it won't work. I don't know. Let's see. Apply and compile. Close. Wow. Okay, well, that's close. So first let's... Oh, I didn't set the transparency. Yes. Image color. No, now for the transparency, let's do like 64. So it's pretty much... it's lot of transparent. Close. Okay, so we see green, so that's good. So it's moved to the right a bit. So and upwards as well. So what is going on? So it's basically set like a few cells off. So what did I do wrong? 77, 191. Okay. And here it's 1670. Interesting. Let me move the core around. So let's put it here or over here and try again. Oh, so yeah, the image should be centered here. Oh yeah, I need to divide these differences by 2, of course. Because, for example, imagine the core is here in the complete corner, I need only half of the distance. Now if it's here, I need to take half of these and add them together, and that will give me the center. So after I subtract here, I need to divide by 2 as well. And that should give me the region, hopefully. Yes. Oh, and it is... Hang on, can I? Oh, that's so sad, look at it. It is in the middle of the cell. Oh, I don't want it to be in the middle of the cell, I want it to... Oh, and it's overflowing here at the top. So this is the cell 167, this is actually the cell. And here it's what? 77. So this is, here where I have the mouse cursor, is one cell of the 2. So that doesn't look like a bad, but 167 is here. Okay, so I think this has to do something with the fact that the y coordinate is inverted. Oh, this is so weird. But let me check this one more time. Yes, I think I need to... Actually, instead of subtracting from here, I need to add here, maybe? Because... No, this is definitely not right. No, maybe I need to add here. So... I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest. Okay, nothing happened. Oh, there's like a big space here. Okay, let me think about this. A little bit. Oh, that because I need to set this as one and this as the other. Probably. But no, it should work inverted as well. Okay, so let's... What do you mean no skips? Oh, it's this one, isn't it? So 77, 169, 160, 1670. Okay, so let's switch these two. I mean, it shouldn't make a difference. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh wait, this is now overflowing. What the hell? Yeah, and I definitely need to... No, this is fine. Oh, I need to add here, of course. I don't need to subtract. Oh, silly me. Wait, it still doesn't work. Well, maybe I should just move on and ignore that this doesn't work. But that's not my style. Oh yeah, I think I'm starting to see the problem. Because... Oh yeah, I see now. Because the center of the... Yeah, okay. So in order to avoid that, let's modify this directly. Now for the x, let's subtract for here, as well as here. And then add for here, as well as here. Now it should work fine. Okay, so it's right on spot. No, what is this? Maybe like this. Oh man, this is just such a madness. Oh, now it's missing here. Okay, I might just give up, probably. Okay, so this is the cell difference. Oh, this is the cell difference. This is the pixel difference. So now I have the pixel difference between the center of the cells. Now if I add 4 to it... Oh, I need to just add here all the time. Oh, I see now. Skip compile, and now it should work. But now it's just not enough space either way. What? That doesn't make any sense. How was there more space when I did subtract? Subtract. That makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, because I still need the one add here, of course, because of the... Or do I? No, I don't, because of the for here. Hmm. Now this should be fine. But why isn't it working then? 109. 109. What about the x coordinate? 77. Okay, that's good. And 167. So the x coordinate works okay, but the y coordinate doesn't work for some reason. Okay, what if I try it on a much smaller scale? Let's just say from here to here, right? Just this simple. So this is what? 32167. 32167. Oh, I actually need to start from here, right? So that's 159. So let's put that in. Yes, region, and then 32159. Okay, and for here it's 16, 36 and 160. Okay, so 36 and 160. Apply. Close. Oh, let's actually do region ID too. Close. Oh, it's wide. It's wider than it should be, but it's not higher. What? It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, I guess I'll just do this. Y1 x2 y2 trace for. Oh, and what almost forget these two, right? Oh, someone's writing me on Discord. Oh, it's just a notice in Factorio. Quick, I need to put some emote there. Yes, got it. Okay. Now I'm really interested to see what will happen. Compile. -12? But it shouldn't be negative. That's why I don't. What? Oh. Oh, I see. It's because wait, I'm just so confused. Oh yeah, of course. Because this is just the distance in cells, right? Then I convert it to distance to pixels. And I add for to it, but what if it? But if the distance is negative, then I should add -4 to it. Oh, this is really weird. Yeah, I am so confused when the y coordinates for cell is one way and for pixel the other way. Okay, what if we move the x point to the by2 to the right, which is +2 here, and the y point +1 here. Apply. Oh, then it just breaks. What? I don't even. Okay, I can do it. Oh, I know. I just do everything by the bottom left corner, and I move the image all the way in the end. I got it. So the negation goes back here, and the +1 here goes back here, right? Or does it? But what if someone puts the region differently? That's a tricky one. Because then I should... Oh, this is such a headache. Why is this such a headache? Okay, so the region must be set with the left coordinates being the lower and the right being the higher, and that's just how it is, and it cannot be any other way around. So, oh, okay. Now what did I say? That in the end I need to just adjust the image position by adding 4 to it, to move it from the bottom left corner to the center. No, but the center of the... Okay, I'm just going to go with 50-50 on this. Whether I should add the 4 or subtract it. Because, as I said, it is like way too much complicated with the... with all the things. Okay, so let's go close. Wait, what is this? Look right, goodbye. Close. Oh, now it all went wrong. Maybe I should just give up? No. I need to solve this. What is this? Oh, someone is writing me. Maybe I should do something else. No, come on, I can do it. Do you have? I see 3 people watching now. Oh, it's just because it's paused. Probably no one is watching right now. I mean, I would be surprised, honestly, if someone was watching, because this is such a trash quality. I mean, I just want to get it right. Is it too much to ask? Also, the stream doesn't seem to be working because I have poor internet. Oh, that's because I put the at bad position, so maybe that's why. So now, will it work or not? No, it won't. So am I ready to give up? Almost ready to give up. But it's not, now it's like completely wrong. Because I want to be able to see where the regions are, so that I can more easily debug if the unit is going into the correct region. But I cannot do it if the... 7070. Okay, let me actually put a piece of terrain there so that I can easily see. So that was what, 770, which is here. And what is this? It looks so weird. Okay, whatever. And then the other one was what, 167 here. Oh, because with this one I do... Oh, I know what I should do. Instead of this and this, I should do this. 0.5 earth. Because this will move the center of the... Well, will this work? Hang on, let me imagine it. Oh, but I still want this here, right? As well. And now it should work, but I don't need this anymore. Okay, so what is this? Unit skip compile? So this is correct. This is correct. And what's wrong with this one? Why is it just 32? That's like... What? I want like 60, like 38 for example. Like 70 maybe. Well, the image always stops exactly at the position. Oh, it's neck instead of neck. Oh, that's great. Oh, so now it works. Okay, looks fine. Well, that was an embarrassing delay, but let's use this to mark this, how do you call it, this region. So this one will be from x01 125 to 70 and 199. I mean 912. Well, I cannot even speak anymore. So let's do it. Right X, region ID. Yes, so 0, 129, and then 70 and 191. Apply values and close, and bam. Well, that's instantly better, isn't it? So now this gateway will serve to move the unit from this region to this one. So when the... Oh, that's so weird, look at it. The top of the cannon is on top of the layer, but the bottom is below it. Wow, so awesome. So when the skip detects that the unit is going from one place to another, it will redirect it through the wait gate instead. Wow, that will be That will be pretty hard to do, but I can manage it. So in order to do that, let's make a new script, which I will call navigator. Also, let's. I don't want to delete them because I want to reuse the code, but I what was I saying? Okay, I don't want to delete the code, but I don't want the script to be running either. So I will just delete all the scripts except except these two and these two, of course. I mean, is that? Yeah, it is barely. The square is barely visible beyond all that colors. So hopefully you could see that. Okay, let's also get rid of all of these. Okay, I don't need any of this. Okay, also get rid of all of these. Okay. Okay, let's save. Now, let's go into the navigator script. Navigator, edit. Now this navigator will do what this thing did, right? It will teleport the unit, wait for it to move, and and then it will compute where the unit is going, and if it is going to a different region, then it will redirect it. Oh man, this will be complicated. So first I need to scan all the units, and I mean, this was just this had the ID of the unit just completely, yeah, set by the code. So I need to scan all units, scan if they are moving. Yes. And if they are moving, I need to. Oh, that will be a lot of work. So let's start by scanning all units. So this will be 00 range 1000 square. Yeah, sure, why not? And then get all units in range 0 do loop, and I guess just trace the ID for now. And also let's copy paste this file. Oh, I don't want this in a once box because the clear trace needs to be called all the time. So let's see, where do I put the navigator? Somewhere in the middle, for example. Close build. So how do I... Did I compile the scripts? Maybe I didn't. Here we go. Oh, this isn't the video that I wanted. Yeah, I want to check the... How do you call it? Wait, am I still I'm Steven? Oh yes, I am. Oh, it says 3 people are watching. Someone must have clicked this by accident. Oh, here is the top chat. Okay, no one is. Let's actually get the quality down. Okay. Well, let's see. Navigator at close. Okay, so that's a lot of units. What do I need to? Oh yeah, I need to be in the edit mode to scroll this, right? Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is getting enemy units as well, right? But it's important to use the all units because I want to get the units that are flying through the air. So let's look through some commands that will get me that I can easily use. Oh, this is the wrong one. That I can use to easily tell which are the units that are moving by the player. Now I could check the current and previous position. That I guess will be the easiest way. But let's see if there are any better ways. I guess is friendly or something like that. Okay, unit attribute constants. There must be some way to check if maybe get hang on. Get script var. Maybe this will get the you can get or set whether or not the unit is friendly with this. No, probably not. Enemy, maybe it's enemy? Come on, there must be a way to tell if a unit is friendly or not. I mean, is controllable by player maybe? There was is selectable, right? Or something like that. Is landed. I guess is landed is the thing I'm searching for. So that will go into UID, and then UID constant is landed get unit attribute not if. So if it's not landed, I want to trace the ID. So I should see which units are moving with this. Compile. So currently no units are moving, so this one. Oh, so it, how do I call it? Okay, let's build some more. And let's also try with it, if it works with Stafer, because that might be interesting as well. Okay, so it checks the unit as soon as it takes off the ground. Well, that's fine, because I will be checking if the last position is different from the current position as well. So bam, as soon as it takes off. Okay, let's speed this up. Oh, I also want to try it with a guppy. Okay, so as long as yes, so immediately it takes off. And with guppy as well, I assume. That as soon as I click, and yes, exactly as I assume. So this is good because it will allow us to redirect even Stafers and Guppies through the wait gate. I guess the only thing that will be really bad is if you do this, because then there is really nothing that the code can do. I mean, even with Guppy, if you go here, oh, it just rotates. Interesting. Yeah, but with these units it will be hard because I set it this way and it moves like this. So the trick will not work probably with computing the targets. So who knows? Let's actually try to move it 180 degrees. Yeah, as you saw, it when it was moving, it was moving in this direction, even though the target was here. So maybe it will be really broken with units like this, but whatever. Return to base. Okay, let's see. Okay. Well, let's get to it then. I take this unit, move it here. So as soon as it starts moving, I need to keep track on it. Now how do I want to do it? Oh, this is so complicated. So hard. What is this? Oh, it's just from a tutorial. Okay, so this was scan the units, and now I want save the position, I guess. Yeah. Now this script will be monitoring multiple units at once, so I cannot just save it into current X. I mean, what is this? Oh yeah, of course. So I cannot just do this. I guess yeah, I can with the current variable, but with the last position I need to be more clever, because I need to save the variable according to the name of the unit. So after I'm done, then I need to do something like current X, and the variable name will be last X and then unit concat, and then save like this, something like this, to save the last position of the unit. Also, I need to make sure that when it's taking off and the last position is like 0, it doesn't trigger it to think that it is oh man, this is just so annoying. So I could just ask if the variable exists, but again, this script should work if you move the unit once, twice, thrice, how many times you want. So it should be able to like reset. So in order to do that, I would have to delete the variable. Oh, why is it so complicated? I guess I will put the state on it, which will be the state in which this unit is, which is 0, like the script is completely unaware of. 1, it is in air, but it is waiting for the unit to move. 2 means that the unit has been repositioned, so it's waiting for it to move again. And then 3 means that the unit is being controlled by the script, and 4 means that the unit is moving freely. Oh, yeah, I guess. Oh man, this will be such a horrible code to write. But what can you do? So first I should actually get the state, which I will do by state, again unit concatenation and read, and I will save it into a variable state that I can work with more easily than with this whole expression, right? So then we do different things depending on what the state is. So if the state is 0, actually, should I put every, how do you call it? Everything into a function? No need to. Then, yeah, I guess I want to do this always, right? So I read the state and the position of the unit. And then if the state is 0, which means that the unit just took off, I just save the current, yes, into the last, and I save 1 into state. Now it's important to write it like this. Because if I put just endif here, like so, then what now will happen is the state is set to 1, and then the state is 1 here, and it will follow here straight away, and I don't want that, so that's I'm writing it like this. So the state is 1, which means the oh, I'm so bad. The unit is waiting to move, right? I mean, the skip is waiting for the unit to move. So all I need to do is to read this, again, read into last x, so I can work with it more easily. Into last y. And then I need to check if it is different from the current x and current y. So current x, last x not equal, and then current y, last y not equal as well, or if, now this should trigger the state too by moving the unit. So let's just put it into command. Trigger state 2 by moving the unit. But we will not do that just now because, well, I'm lazy. Oh, I don't need this, right? Okay, after that I could save it like this, but I don't need to, because if the position isn't saved, then no need to change it. So let's move on here. How do I trigger the state 2? Well, I need to teleport the unit and save the angle as well. So the angle is saved really easily, which is just last y, current y, subtract last x, current x, again subtract, then 8 and 2, and that will go into the angle. Now again, this could be monitoring multiple units at once. Imagine that you select multiple units and move them all at once, which means all of the units will be changing their state from 1 to 2 in a single frame. So again, I need to save this variable into a variable like this. Right, and the value goes at the beginning here. And I need to change the state to 2. Alright, move the unit and trigger state 2. So this saves the angle, this sets the state to 2. Now to move the unit, I will just copy it from here. Yes, we already have the angle. Okay, so some of this code. Oh, let's actually do some fun here. Instead of always adding, let's sometimes add and sometimes subtract. Now there should be a function called random int. Come on. Oh, yes. So if I just do 0 to random int if, then add, but else subtract, then it will randomly either add or subtract the pi over 2 from the angle, which will make the unit either teleport to the left or to the right, which will be quite amusing. So that will go into the angle offset, and then yes, new x, except I want the current x and current y instead of those two into new. Okay, that's fine. Then I need to set these as the coordinates of the unit, which I can basically copy paste from here. And I also need to save them for later, which I will do as well. Again, x new into variable called x new, but with the ID of the unit on top of it. This way I can easily remember the program can easily remember and keep track of multiple units at the same time. Even if multiple units are being tracked in the same frame, this will keep track of them separately. So that's fine, and then 2 to the state. Okay, so let's continue. Else state 2 equal if. Okay, so let's just keep adding the and ifs here. What to do here? Yes, the unit will have moved by now. So in current x and current y are already the coordinates needed. Yes, so okay, so let's keep let's just add some commentaries anywhere, so I can keep track of what is going on. So this means that the unit just started moving. This means that unit moved since last frame? Question mark. Because this in the state 1 it is waiting. Oh, I'll just wait until the unit moves. And here if the unit does move, then it will move it again and trigger the state 2. In state 2 the unit was moved while in offset compute destination. Now in order to do that, let's start collecting some variables. Now in the last x is the, how do you call it, is the first position of the unit that was measured, so that will go into x1. In the last y, that will go into y1, and the same with angle, because remember that is the angle saved here. So this will go into a1. Now in order to compute x2 and y2, well that's simple, that's already in the current x and current y. However, in order to compute the angle, I will need to compare it to these two variables saved from before. So let's recover their values, and then let's compute the angle, which is y new no, I need the current minus this one, right? So this will be current y, this one subtract, then the same with x, and then a-tan2, and that will go into angle 2. Now I will copy paste this matrix magic into, how do you call it, into a function which I will name something like line intersection, which will take 6 floats and return 2 integers. Now this say 6 input float will be the position and the angle, and the other position and the other angle, and the result will be coordinates. Now I will, yes, these are in pixels and the result will be in cells, so I need to take care of that and keep that in mind. So if state equals 2, then good question. Yes, I just need to feed these values into this function, right? It's not that hard. So x1, y1, a1, and then current x. I mean, do I want current x or do I want x new? Well, it doesn't really matter, but let's do this one. Wait, by the way, what I'm adding to current? Well, that's interesting. Well, not that it should matter very much. It should be the same result. But let's just use these ones, doesn't really matter. And then call the line intersection, and we will put the result into result y, result x, for example. So how to write this function? Well, we just copy paste this into here. Except we already got this here and at the start, so we don't need this. No, wait, we do need this, but we need to save this into okay, so yes, a2, y2, x2, a1, y1, x1. So this is fine. Target x, target y, and well, these are still the pixel coordinates, right? Yes, pixel to cell, okay. So I do target x, target y, and pixel to cell, and leave the result on stack. Now one last thing I will do is I want to find either the start, variable write or read, and replace it with the same but with underscore. LE stands for line interception. Will it work? Oh, it actually did work. No, oh, I didn't click this in selection. Okay, can I undo? Okay, so I want only in selection, replace all. Oh, I did it wrong. I want LE and then underscore. I thought it's going on. Okay. So select this. It works. Go in intersection, replace all. Nice, like this. Now by doing this, I have guarantee that this variable x2 will not overwrite a variable here, which I would really like to avoid. So yeah, should work. So now let's just print the result. Oh, I also want to move the unit back where it was. I also need to keep the speed of the unit, which will be very important. So to compute the speed, I need pretty much the same as here, but instead of subtracting it like that, I need to switch these. I need x and then y and then current x. Let's also do the current first. And then the last second, it doesn't really matter, but why not? So distance into speed, because the distance covered since last frame is the speed of the unit, right? Makes sense. And then we want the, basically this, but with speed instead. Now it's important to keep the speed of the unit for later. For example, now I want to put the unit back where it would have been if I didn't displace it, which is okay, there's actually no reason to keep it named like this. You can actually rename, and this will be angle 1. Or this will just be angle, but this will be angle 2. Or angle new for that matter. Why not? If this is named new, then why not? Then the last x is all the way from here, which is the last position the unit was before it started moving. So if I want to put it where it should have been, then I need to do something like this. Last x, and then angle, cosine, and then multiply by, yeah, cosine multiply, but also multiply by 2, because the unit was 2 frames before, now it was at this position, so I need to multiply it by 2 to take account of the correction, and also I'll also need to multiply by speed. Then I need to add it and save it into new position X, for example. Doesn't really matter what this is called. So this is the same, but only with sine instead of cosine. And last y, of course. And then I need to return the unit where it should have been. Only with this. And also, yeah, I want to put 3 in the state for now. And now let's also trace the most important thing, which is this, which is the computed, oh, actually I want to call this as a function, which is the computed position where the unit is going. Also, let me check the length of the steam. So again, I am going for 2 hours. What is this? Oh, can I like switch this? I think it started from negative 2 hours, right? But well, that's it. Well, if it did, then we are approaching 2 hours. So if this works, then maybe I will try it with the region as well. At least check if the unit is going into a different region or not. Non-exist function determinant. Oh yes. That is an important part. Okay, compile all. Okay, there is no way this is gonna work, but I will try. So, okay, it didn't work. Oh yeah, of course, because after I write into the state, I need to save the state like this. Because no matter what, I always want to save what was updated in the state variable. So let's just do a little switcheroo here. Okay, skip compile. Okay, now if I move it, it should. What? Okay, I'm not reading the speed from here, which is a mistake. Again, it's probably unlikely that you would move multiple units at once with different speeds, but who knows? So let's put the 2 multiplication at the end. Again, it doesn't matter whatsoever. It's just more consistent because this computes the angle, then multiplies by speed, and then multiplies by 2. It just makes more sense. Oh, it's because I didn't put the trace command here. Well, that's That's the stupidest mistake I have ever seen, probably. Compile all close. Okay, so will it now print? It doesn't. Current X last. So let's just print the state. Oh, is it because, yes, I'm clearing the trace lock every time. So I want to always show it, but clear it only once. Yeah, that was probably another stupid mistake from me. Okay, so let's try now. Oh, still nothing. What is going on with this code? Does it even have the skip in it? Yes, it does. So I guess state trace, just to see if the state is getting updated at all. Okay, so the state is 1. State 1 equal if last x so last line trace 2. -1, wait, what? Unit concat. Hang on. So first the value and then the variable name, right? Yeah. But why is it -1? Oh, it's because it's named to ID and not unit. Oh my. Oh my god. Again, just a simple warning. The variable unit is never written to. It's just so simple to detect that the variable is never written to. Okay, let's try now. Okay, so it's... Wait, what the... Okay. Well, that was unexpected. Angle cos multiply, speed multiply, to multiply. So this shouldn't be that crazy. That's definitely wrong. But let's see if at the very least it computes the target properly. Wait, did it just teleport the... Oh, okay, whatever. So edit map 128.140. Okay, it does compute the target correctly. Let me try here. Okay, it does teleport it like God knows where. But see the target 109.141. Like if you check here and here, if I hover over here, then it is correct. So what is going wrong is this teleportation here. When it puts the unit back where it should be. But maybe I can just get rid of it. So the unit will get moved by the first move. but it will just keep there in the like being offset. So this shouldn't be like that bad, right? I mean, how bad can it be? So if I just move it here, like you saw, it moved a little bit. Okay, does it work on a guppy as well? Yes, it does. Interesting. And on a stafer? Yeah, it does. It's so fun. Oh, it didn't move it this time. Yeah, because I didn't put the resetting of the units yet. So if this goes here, again it just moves. Maybe I want it to go back where it was. But why is this so weird? So angle looks fine. Hang on, I have to get some water. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I think I will not do the regions today because I'm pretty tired and I want to order some food. But yeah, let's fix it. I mean, why is this such a mess? So angle cosine mode. Oh, of course, because yeah, I'm dumb. There should not be multiplication here. So if I go back on this, git compile, close. Okay, so if I move this here, okay, you can see the quick change, and then yeah, it predicts the target pretty good. So one last thing I need to do is if it is in state 3, then I need to and already registered. Okay, I also need to set this as the new last position. So where is the last position being set? Oh, here it is. Because in this state I want to check if the unit stopped moving. So I will need a similar. Oh yeah, this as well. Yeah, so again, read the last position, and then instead of not equal, I will need equal, equal, and here and. So if both of them are equal, then it means that the unit stopped moving, and then I should put the state back to 0 and reset this unit. And I mean, this does work only on units that are not landed. I mean, if the unit is landing, it still takes several frames to land, on which it is not moving, so it should be fine. Also, something else that I want to do. Yes, of course, I need to save the current position as the new last position in this situation, so that it can properly detect when the unit is landing and so on. Again, there will be probably lots of units in the state 3 at the same time if you are using the way gate, I mean gateway. So it's important to not have just one last X variable for all the units, because it would get all messed up. You need to keep them separately, so that's why it's used like this. So that being said, compile and it should work now. So there's still one unit moving somewhere, I mean, who knows where. Oh, it's this safer actually, so return to base. Yes. Okay, so if this moves here, it prints the target, and then once it lands, I should be able to move it again, and bam, I see it again. So I see this here. Now there is one last thing that this needs to be done, and that is if this cannon is moving here, and I change it here, I need it to be registered as well. Because imagine it is moving here, and I move it here. Now suddenly it needs to go through the way, I mean through the gate, right? So it should be moving here, but I can change it back here, and then it shouldn't be moving here anymore. So I need it all to be checked here. And how to do it? Well, that's a bit tricky, right? Because let's say it's moving here, again, cool, and I change it mid-flight. Now the program can only know that the direction change. It is expecting this direction, and the direction is different. So if you want to be really sneaky, you move it in a straight line, like this, and then you change the command like this, and the game will not notice. So that's like one weakness of such plan, and I guess there are two solutions to that. One, let's say the unit is moving from here to here, right, like this, and the game sees it is in the same region, so it doesn't send the unit through the way gate. But then you do this, and the game doesn't register the change, right, because the unit is still moving alongside the lane as planned. But then it exits the region, and it could like notice that the unit left the region, and then it should recompute again and see that it is going here actually, and send it through the gate properly as it should. Or it could or actually, is there a problem? Yeah, there is one potential problem with this. The only alternate, well, there are two alternatives. One of them is to constantly check, like you see this boop, then it would check like each second if the unit is still going at the target as expected. Well, I guess that could be possible, but then the units would like keep doing this weird boop every second in which they are moving, which would be like a really weird to look at. Okay, so that's enough for today. Thanks for watching. Let me save the game. I mean, how do you save this? Save here probably. Okay, let's save here as well. So next time I will actually look where it is going, if it's same or different region, and try to find a way path into that region. Also, if it is going from here to here, there's a way path, I mean gateway here as well. It will have to go like through one and then through the other. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.